Okay, this is better. Alright, Minecraft. Basically, we're gonna kind of show this world because I wanted to capture it unlike the last world I forgot. This is BudoCraft 2.0. This is where I started. I came out and found this little hole. I created a little hole in the wall. And basically I want to capture what I've done to hold my ideas so that when we update the world again, I'll have some other cool ideas to work from the old ones. A lot of Ender IO stuff. We got Tinker's Craft. We got hardcore ores that we're using. Ender IO. Advanced rocketry. And this is a kind of a view of some of the stuff I built. This is my area. Let's start here. So I started in this little hole in the wall. I decided to make some storage. I like storage drawers. We have refined storage, reborn storage. I prefer storage drawers or storage network. This is the downstairs. This is where I put all the compacting drawers for the ores. Basic power setup, a vat, driving a combustion generator by making hooch via sugar and seeds because I get a lot of those. And my neat little kill room. I have a ender spawner, Malice's doors switch. I like that better than the lever for this particular operation. And let's head up and let's take a tour. Yes, I have a farming station going here. I keep off till there's something to do. And this stuff will vanish. Ooh. So anyways, we got blood magic going. That's a tier 1 altar. The ever handy trash can. We're also running Botania. So this is my Botania setup. More storage drawers. Mana pools. This is where I put the jaded amaranth to generate flowers using the hopper hawk to put wow, sucking up the things that are outside of the realm. So waypoints using the waystones and warp stones. Standard vanilla portal to the nether. This is the setup for the enchanting in Tania. That other gate over there is the Elfane gate. Advanced rocketry. Launch pad. I haven't quite got there yet. Microwave receiver. Some Ender IO. Solar panels. We're also using Silent Gems. This is a sword from Silent Gems. This is my spacesuit, space station. The Astrobody data processor. I ran out from the storage network on my other place out to here. Put a request table. Made a nice little elevator system. If we go up, we have the observatory. And if we go down, this is green level. This is where I moved all of my advanced rocketry stuff. As you can see, I just put the advanced rocketry stuff in this place. I moved it out from the other place. have the electrolyzer and the chemical reactor, crystallizer, precision assembler, again a request table, oxygenator or whatever you want to call it, gas charge pad, rolling machine, lathe, and cutting table. And I started a room down below where I was going to source my power stuff from, but I'm using the solar panels. So basically I just have two capacitor banks tied together, a request table in here so far, a handy dandy little window so I can look out. And then in running the lines over, the water line. On the other side you see the storage network line. This is Ender IO conduits as opposed to the conduits that came with advanced rocketry, because I thought they were bulky and a little kind of ugly. So I kept this path open so I could have an underground railroad back to my place here. I'm back at the main floor. And then this was a room I started to do stuff in, and then I decided to turn it into a hangar. So we have the airships, and that's the new house, but I'll get to that in a moment. Last but not least, the platform. This is at the highest point you can build. This is for using either your dark armor with the glider set up, or using gliders, which we have also in the mod. I'll probably post the pastebin file below. So once again, it's BudoCraft 2.0. Just search for BudoCraft in your mods and you'll be good. Yeah. Alright, so now, this was originally supposed to be a temporary location. So I want to capture this because this is a weird setup. And here we have the open crate. We have a plate, pressure plate below. You're running redstone, a slab part way up with redstone to a hopper. This way you can put the charcoal in the hopper. It comes in and it only drops after one has been burned off, so you don't like blow through all of your fuel or have it despawn before it's done. The Elfheim gate. Now, let's go out to the new stuff. Using the Darklands for BudoCraft, I've created a few things here. I've got the ritual altars set up. A tier 2 blood altar that I kind of started building up so that I can raise it to a tier 5 or 6. Originally I just kind of threw this little temple together because I had a lot of this dark stone bricks. I really like that particular chisel. We also run chisel. I particularly like this chisel for the marble for doing tops of big temples. Now this was something I just threw together. I thought making a bonfire, and then it turned into a major project. So using the sextant from Britannia, I set up my first course of brick, and I coincided it with the edge of the temple, so it builds off of it. And then I did two row of nether brick to mark the course, and then laid the dark stone brick over it. Two, and then 1. I may actually build this up even more. Using the Rod of the Highlands, I think it is, I cut away at the mountain, and then I use EFLNs to kind of reshape the mountains a little bit to give them a little more abstract, natural feel. And this is the big house. I'm not good at building houses. I build square block houses. So, in here, Deco Bench. So we're using BudoCraft and BudoCraft. these really cool lanterns. To the main area here. This is just sort of like living space because I have a base of operations already. I built another place because I was going to move out to it, but I never ended up moving out to it. So I have elevators in this corner and in that one. So this is the first area I built. Using different types of wood, I created the tile floor, ghost wood, and the darklands oak. This is spruce planks with chisel mod. And I was going to use this as my potions area, or alchemy type stuff for blood magic, yes. This is a tower, and we go up to the very top using the seared glass to create just basically a watchtower so you can overlook all the things. The garden area. I believe this hole and this hole came from EFLNs that I overshot. Because that one with the fountain in it used to be a 2x2, you know, eternal water supply. See, little rooms. I don't know what I can do. I was thinking maybe storage network stuff there. And then over to this side, yeah, you'll notice Mouse's stores here and there, and then big doors. So you get like a 3x3 door. I thought that was really cool. This is the second floor. All the different silent gem swords that the mobs are dropping. BudoCraft potion rack, BudoCraft bookcase and table. Deco bench stuff. What I like about these wine racks is they really do look wine racks. So that's this second floor here. So the landing. Kind of a neat piece of work. I want to make sure I captured it. Now, up top, basically use monolith stone and then chiseled sandstone. And this is what I created for my BudoCraft. This is what I call the charging room. This is where I'll put a Necronomicon and let it charge up, and then I'll kind of just swing over into the kill room, or the kill box. Because sometimes you get a lot of mobs, so this allows me to whack them while maintaining distance, because sometimes the lightning will strike again and I'll get a bunch of them and I'll end up swarmed. So figured this was a safe way to do it. Note itself is they need each of the statues needs to have open sky above them. You need 2 spaces between block and the charging table, or the pedestal, overworld pedestal. Another Mouse's stores. Onto the gardens. Yeah, so I cut away at these walls to make the waterways here. Created a little waterfall stream. So the gardens, they've kind of evolved over time. These are the blight berries from the nether. They poison you, but they cause you to recharge at a super fast rate. Raspberry bush from nature, or natura, whatever you want to call it. This was, like I said, a 4x4 thing like this. This was pumpkins and melons, and now pumpkins. Because I used a farming station to do melons and whatever I need to do at any time. Created a nice little water feature. planted the various trees on the land here. When I mine, I usually punch down to 29, 28, sometimes lower. And when I come back up, I usually mark my locations like this. So when I go in various points in the world, you see one of those, you know that there's a big mine underneath it. So if you're going to go below, be very careful of the big gaping hole. That way I don't mar the surface. I've started mining under the ocean because I think it's a good way not to mar the world with a big gaping hole. So those are the gardens. These used to be all rows of like potatoes and whatnot, but I found I needed more sugar cane, so I created that. We're also running sophisticated wolves. I think we're going to get rid of that in the next thing, because, I don't know. I much prefer the stock Minecraft wolves. Dark iron plates are good. Apparently, we're not able to make the obsidian plates so that the mobs can't trigger them. Here I have fluid tank collecting XP, and I'm using a feeder from Dark Utilities with a hopper. And basically I'll put wheat for sheep and cows and carrots or potatoes for pigs to make meat. Because one of the features of BudoCraft is a thing called an MRE, which you use meat and 2 vegetables on a plate to pretty much fill your hunger bar up and all the way. This is the tier 1, I said, altar. I use it to make blank slates, to make the blank runes, to build up the altars and make the runes that go with it. Now, that's this area. Next area is, we also use iron backpacks, nomadic tents, Ender IO dark armor. I'm currently wearing the Terra Steel armor from Britannia, which I have all enchanted. Tinker's shuriken. I'm also using Tinker's construct tools of various natures. Sleeping bag, nice to have when you're out and about and it turns night and you're not prepared to or want to deal with mobs. So, like I said, I got mending and soulbound on everything. Head's got projectile and protection, then blast, then fire, and feather falling. The mana tablets to charge up the tectonic girdle, ring of far reach. I really kind of like the lesser ring of magnetization. Pyroclast pendant, a must-have, because you can, especially if you step in lava, you step away and it extinguishes immediately, so you're not going to take a lot of damage or get burned. We're also using tombs, tombs, so that when you die, you get to go to your grave site where you died and retrieve all your stuff, except for, soulbound stuff, which you'll... So, this originally went over the top. I ran it underneath because I started running all these other things underneath. This is the arc furnace for advanced rocketry. I'm using 3 solar generators on top, as well as a vibrant capacitor bank here. Using the Stirling generator to power that, and the alloy smelter. I've got the chest set up so that the logs come in and go into the alloy smelter to be burned down into charcoal, and then the charcoal is pushed back up in and pulled down into the generator to keep this topped off and to keep the smelter going while smelting. I haven't used the alchemy table yet. I've used this once, the Hellfire, for a couple times. So we're just getting into some of the stuff, but we want to clean up some of the mods we've got going. So there's talk about changing up the mods and starting over again, which they seem to like to do. I'm more of a permanence kind of guy. Using the Solgnolia to turn off the magnetic power so that when I load this up and it starts dropping, I'm not pulling every piece of charcoal or coal blocks or whatever. And this again, this uses the Endo Flames to power mana into the spreader, and the spreader is set up to feed the 3 mana pools using the sprites to provide energy to this. I haven't quite got this to work the way it's supposed to yet, so I'm still working on that. Excuse me. Now, let's go to the place I built. That used to be the landing pad for the airships until I decided to make that a hangar. So this is the warp stone. And this is my other shuriken. It uses fins on it so I can shoot underwater. We're also using open gliders, though I do prefer the glider on the dark armor, so I usually put these pieces on. When I go underwater, I throw on my helmet and my boots, because this gives me water breathing, so I don't have to worry about the bubbles. A couple cool tools we have are the torch launcher. When using a quarry, this allows you to shoot those torches onto the wall as it goes down, so you can see. The thing I don't like about the quarry is when it hits an ore, it only takes 1. So I end up throwing on my slime boots and jumping down and mining it out instead by hand with, pickaxe with luck or fortune 3 on it, so that I get multiples, because it kind of sucks when you hit a dense diamond cluster and you get 1 out of it. So I would jump down and do that. Crystal bow is wicked cool. As long as you have magic, you don't need to carry around arrows. Chisel is one of the things we use to make different blocks. This is the World Shaper Sextant that allows you to plot a circle. And it's very helpful when trying to make circular towers or things of that nature. My various Tinker's tools, although I gotta show you. This axe is ungodly. You hit a tree, it's gone. It comes down. I've hit redwoods with it. Yeah, we have redwoods in this world. I've hit a redwood. I've had to hit it multiple times because it's so damn big, but you just showered in blocks, and of course a bit of lag if your server isn't capable of handling a lot of blocks flying around. So, let's go look at the new place. As you can see, I have all of us that kind of play in here. We have different things. Now, you can put a waypoint in a tent. And just for the record, the tent has been pulled down and is in their bag or whatever, this is not my tent, this is somebody else's, because they didn't have their waystone set up at the place they were building. It will go to the last known place of the tent, and no ill effects. You won't end up in the void or anything. So this takes me to my nether location. I set up a block there, but I took it down, so I'm not sure why it doesn't fall off the list. But this is the fortress I built. This is the grounds. I kind of laid out some grounds here. What I really liked about this place, I went flying around the world, and I was looking for unique features, and I came across this place that basically had a hole through the center. I could fly through it. It had a nice little waterfall there, which I kind of fixed a bit. It had, you know, it was flowing down there, so I built around it. I like to build using the features of my environment. I wish I had filmed recorded the last place, because I built some really cool structures. So using the sextant, I created that bulge. This I just built with the contours of the overhead. I have a portal location here because you have to be like 1,200 meters from another portal to not share the same portal. So that way I have access to more resources, because after a while you end up with a lot of resources depleted, or you might be on top of a lava lake. One of my favorite stones is polished diorite and andesite. In my last world I built a really nice floor with polished andesite and diorite. I like the checkerboard, I just don't like to overuse it. So, into the corner I've created this. This is the living space, basically. Plans for this included building an actual fireplace here on the other side of the waterfall. I haven't fleshed it out because I ended up spending more time at the other location and then expanding on that. We'll go up to the second floor. Again, I'm using the Darklands oak wood planks and the dark oak planks with that chiseled look, and you can go through the different ones if you use chiseled. Again, I was going to put a fireplace in here. This is the source of the waterfall, so I built up around it to create a nice little feature. Now, of course, my warp stone is on cooldown, so I won't be able to move out of here for a while. So let's go to the nether. And by the way, yeah, I didn't set it up for the roof over here. I used to have a place to go up to the roof, but after I closed it all off, I didn't really need it. This is Portal 2. And there's like caves that run all the way through here that I found. So that cave goes down and shows about here. So I put up a wall so while I was building this, I only had to worry about mobs coming in from one side. And I like to build kind of neat structures in the nether as well. I always seem to end up over a lava lake. I don't know why, but it just works out. So, I use seared windows. I like the glass doors. This one I actually created a fenced-in area. So that way when I get people coming here, they don't end up running off into the lava lake. And usually this is how I mine. I go in the walls so I don't have to deal with ghast and blazes quite as much, because I'm here to mine. I'm not here to kill mobs. If I want to kill mobs, I just run around. I decided to use the elevator. It's a nice little feature. Elevator mod. It doesn't matter the distance, it just put the block down and you can go up and down. But this is where I work off of. I run through here, jump down, go around. Of course you want to always be careful in the nether. The shift button is your friend. Soul sand, this is a good place to get soul sand. various recipes. I really do like some of the things out here, different berry types, the cool trees. Speaking of which, I'm not quite even close to charged up. So, and I don't think I have an airship with me. No, I do not. Ah, the sound of a ghast. I think they kind of sound whiny myself, but I do like collecting the tears. I haven't used them yet. We kind of really started this world not too long ago, but we're finding some mods that we don't like so much, we're not using. We want to incorporate a couple other new mods. I'm hoping this goes a lot longer than soon. And I created a little blast shield here so you can come up here, take a look around, and if you get a ghast or some blazes that are pestering you. Yeah, those spiders are nasty. You kill one and it turns into like 3 or 4 little ones. They're easy to one-shot. Takes a few. There's one of the little ones. A couple of little ones. Oh, don't hit one of the pigmen. Yes, bang. You see that? I don't think I can reach you from here. Oh yeah. Oh, you chicken. It's like looking for something. Bang. Okay. Hate those things. Ugh. So, usually, when I'm working here, I bring lots of cobblestone. I collect the netherrack, turn it into brick, so then I can use the brick. I'm not sure why I bought dark stone bricks, but iron doors are usually my favorite. I just like the way they look. So back to the secondary base. I have tons of waypoints. Tons of waypoints. So I go around. You can see the bulk of them all in that direction because this is moved out. See, I've explored a lot of territory here. Still haven't found Mushroom Island. Brian's place. Bob's cabin on the mountain. He moved out of this spot because we kept having a problem with like gazillions of pigs spawning, and he's got like a gazillion wolves running around the outside of this place too, so it's probably due to the animal spawns because they kind of chomp on them, I guess, but got to a point where you couldn't even walk. And then of course Paul's place and Dave's place and the camp Paul started at. That's a berry fence. Dave moved way off. He found a jungle to move into. It's usually like to build railroads to connect everything, but in this case, the waystones, I found the end portal. And then Paul moved his, and he's the mod compiler, creator, GetzMango, and this is the Temple of Getz. It's just a really cool pyramid. Nice structure, well thought out. He builds really nicely. Always comes up with very creative stuff. So, well, we're almost there. The water feature, I ended up filling it in. Nice bottom. The water feeds out and out. we have a couple other mods that we're using. The Botanica stuff, or Botania. There's also these flowers that glow. They're pretty cool. I think they come from Silence Gems. The BudoCraft gives you these Darklands areas and Darkland mountains. There's some mountains that are just all darkstone. And I usually mine them for my cobblestone and ergo bricks. Excuse me. I think it's time for coffee. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Yeah, that actually was a really cool idea because I like suspended buildings. I like working with features and things. Create odd structures and work with the landscape a little bit. It's always fun. Yeah, we have the cooldown set on the warp stones to like 15 minutes or so because we don't want it to become a handicap. We play in survival mode. We want it to be a challenge. We like to use only mods that aren't duplicated in other mods so that you're kind of limited to those mods. So we used to use immersive engineering. We may bring that back. I really like using the machines to do different things. It's really kind of a cool way to do it. So it becomes a tough world at first. You know, you find yourself digging a hole in the ground, covering up at night the first night or two. I've gotten much better at getting up a smeltery within the first couple few days. And then once you get the smeltery up, you can start processing ore. And then as you get things going, you get the Ender IO stuff going, which is more compact. You don't need so much space. I like to build big smelteries. Nice little lag there. Oh, almost there. Once again, let's take a look at some of the things that we got here. Some basic Minecraft stuff. The Necronomicon, the BudoCraft, the hollow projector. This is like awesome. It will put down whatever it is you're building, so when you use it, shift right click, it gives you the list of machines you want to use. So let's say the lathe. So then I just basically right click about where I want to put the lathe. It lays down a hollow structure, tells you what blocks to put. You shift and roll up, and you get the rest of it. And it flips through the different, and then you just get rid of it and just knock it away. That is a godsend when building these structures, because some of them, like the arc furnace, that's a tough one. Gateway key. This is a BudoCraft. You make this bad boy and you get a portal to the Abyssal Wasteland. And usually, as soon as you go through here, you're going to be swarmed with stuff. See, there's all kinds of stuff around me. And what I like about these guys is they won't come after you until there's no other mobs around. Oh, these guys are massive. And you kind of hope they drop their big club, because it does 20 points of damage. And like I said, these things will come at you all day long. The thing I love about the shuriken is you can pick up your shurikens that miss. this is the Abyssal Wasteland, and if you hang out a little too long, you'll end up with I'm waiting for it to show up. An abyssal dragon, which can fly through walls. It's pretty gnarly. It's a big annoyance too when you're trying to mine. Oh, these are new plants I haven't seen before. Luminous thistles. Let's grab a couple of these. Quick. Throw out a shovel. Let's move the warpstone out of the way. I don't think I have any of this. That's kind of what I like about this thing. Putting copper in the handle is a good way to get experience points. I like grabbing this stuff like the sand in case it's the only thing something will grow in. Corallian plague. I should probably eat something, but I don't think I have anything with me. Don't wander too far from the portal. This is actually pretty good. Usually I get swarmed by about 15, 16 of these things. I'll add these to my garden. Nice. Hammer time. Are you bothering me? Oh, go away. I want this up. Yeah, before those guys get to realizing I'm here. So that's the Abyssal Wasteland. This is in a better spot than I had before. I ended up on a cliff or something. Nuts. I had nowhere to go. The beauty of the portal key is it has infinite uses. It's another way to collect abyssal stone. Put it up, tear it down, put it up, tear it down. And we're ready to go back home. And here we are. Home sweet home. So that's my tour of BudoCraft 2.0 and what I built in this world. So that I have a kind of a placeholder if we do flip worlds, the kind of stuff I did, how I laid it out. For instance, this is Botania. There's a mana spreader up here pointing to a mana distributor. Runic altar here. Here I have a mana pool with the alchemy catalyst under it. And using chisel I created this really kind of neat looking obsidian block. This is a mana pool with the conjuration catalyst. Generally, if I put a bone in, will it do it for this? I don't know. No, it doesn't work for the bone. But it does work for some things. If you put 2 in, or 1 in, you get 2 out. So let's go over some of these little things here. These are all the flower petals you can get. You break them up, and then you can use a mortar and pestle to grind them into dyes. Mana steel, mana diamonds, and emerald, gunpowder turns into what is it called again? Mana powder and ender. This is the stuff you get when you throw these items through. You throw diamonds through, you get the dragon stone. If you throw the ender pearls, you get the pixie dust. And if you throw the mana steel ingots, you get the elementium ingots. Various runes you can make. Silence gems. I think I'm missing 2 gems out of the complete list of them. This storage network is the most awesome thing. Oh, this is the collection of wood. And what I've done here is I've gotten most, if not all, of the trees so that I can look at the woods, so I can see what they make when they make planks, so I can decide how I want to use them. Like, I like the willow. It was a good one. I used the willow and the blue to make the hatch pattern of the magic area, the enchanting area. Because I had to put grass patches to put the flowers. I wanted it to kind of look neat. The same thing with the markers I used in the elevators. I used the woods, different woods, to create the sky, the neutral, the ground, and then the subground using tiger wood. These doors, high-tech doors, are pretty cool. 3 wide, so you only need 1 plate to operate them. The thing about these doors is you don't have to actually wait. I ended up in a very gravelly, rocky, extreme hills. I don't know what the M stands for, but had a lot of sand, so I created a cactus farm down there. Like I said, working with the landscape is pretty cool. The beauty of this terrasteel armor is even pull out the dagger. Sacrificial dagger, as opposed to the dagger of sacrifice. This is for hurting yourself. This is for killing mobs. If you're near a blood pool, it'll fill your blood pool for you by doing that. But the beauty of this armor is, notice I'm almost out of food. And take a point of damage, and because I'm wearing the armor, it'll bump me up a tick, even if not full. So definitely recommend the terrasteel armor. If you want to look at it, there it is. So if you use the rods and tools, you get 20% less mana use, regen, and passive mana generation. So if you use something that eats this up, it will fill it over time. So that's pretty much it. Once again, BudoCraft 2.0. Do a search in your, I guess now Twitch interface for Minecraft. Browse all mods. This is a very awesome mod pack. It's got a lot of different types of mods in here. RF tools, BudoCraft, Botania, Ender.io. A really cool thing. We'll cover that real quick. And you have the alloy smelter, sterling generator, which I've tied to pull the charcoal right from the drawer, and I keep filled with the charcoal from farming station. Sag mill. Use this stuff to grind stuff up. Pretty cool. Oh, it doesn't grind that. The alloy smelter will turn. No, it's the sag mill. Can never remember which it is. There we go. Pick that up. Sag mill. Let me do that. No. That's funny. Used to let me do that. Slice and splice. You make your zombie controller things. This is the soul binder, which will let you take a spawner of any type and whatever you've captured in a soul vial and make that particular type of spawner. That's how I made my ender spawner. I started with, like, this is a blaze, so I'll take the blaze, silverfish. Nasty, nasty little things. I don't like these bad boys. I like chopping up the monster egg, stone monster eggs over lava pools and watching them fall in and sizzle. Should have enough power to do this. So you put like silverfish spawner and you take a blaze and you put the blaze thing in there, and it needs 8 levels, so player XP, it takes the levels from there and then processes it. Hopefully there's enough energy in here to do this. No, there wasn't, damn it. So, let's just do it this way. Pickaxe. Oop. Okay. Oop. Thought I had a capacitor in there. Drop that capacitor in there. So this is generating power for this, and you see it's turning really slowly because there's no energy in it. So anyways, eventually this will turn out a blaze spawner while it's active. Let's move the painting machine here, and we're good to go. Now, abyssal bricks there. Oh, it's cobblestone. Let's make it brick. Outputs to here. Grab a bite to eat. And what I do here is, you know, to have these drawer controllers. So when I want to unload everything, I just double right click there, and then it pulled it all out of my bag. Oh, I've reached maximum there. Cool. Various things, like when I go down here and I want to feed the drawers or power up, I just hit the request table. I can grab the sugar and the seeds and do that. Reaches a chunking point. Bang. Enderman. Let's close that off before I end up turning. By having looting on the sword, or fortune, however you want to look at it, and there's a handy dandy quick 6 Enderman pearls, ender pearls. As you can see, I took a little hit on the capacitor, and then it pulls it from the vats that are set up. There's 4 fluid tanks set up, and then I'll turn this on, and we're going to make some hooch. Pulls from the reservoir, uses hooch to create fuel to charge the storage network, which doesn't need a whole lot of power because I'm not using import and export stuff on it in this particular world. Or stocking, you can use it to stock a machine with stuff. You say, I want always 512 to go into this thing, and then it does it. And so what will happen is this will generate hooch, and the excess goes into the tanks, and then this pulls from the fluid tanks to keep this topped off. Because I will tell you that ender spawner is a nightmare for RF usage. Almost getting there. And so that will end up creating a blaze spawner. Various things, mouse's doors. You select the materials you want, and you can create a door. Like I'll put like one type of ore or metal in here, a stone, and then diorite, and then it creates a stone frame diorite door. You can pick how you want it to open. Standard behavior, you can make double doors, and then you can apply a different sound to each door. BudoCraft, which makes the airships. The only thing I don't like about this is you can look up a recipe. And like, let's say I want to make the version 1 out of acacia. So let's say I have the materials in my bags. I want to make the engine. I can do this on a crafting table. If I actually want to make the balloon, you can do that on a crafting table. There's something, I forget what it is. You have to do it on this. But like, let's say I want to make fuel. If I have this in my bag, there's no plus sign. I cannot throw it onto this table to make it. So I have to manually place it there. Other than that, you know, like, I love this crafting table. The fact that you can attach it, and let's say you're gonna make something, oh, you pop off, it stays there. It's not like the other crafting table where if you click off of it or break out of it, it leaves you hanging. This is the forge, and when you build the metal forges, you get the option just beside the basic tools. You get some of the bigger tools like the lumberjack axe and the excavator type hammer and shovel, which allow you to do 3x3 blocks, or 9 if you will. And what it is it changes the table. So I want to make a shuriken, I have to make 4 of these blades to do it. Using the pattern table, if I wanted to make, I don't have any gems in there yet. If I want to make a gem blade like I did for my thing, I have a supercharged ruby and a black diamond in there, and then mana yellow to create this, and it gives it different stats. So what's cool about the table is I put the item in here and I want to repair it. You can put that in, right click it out. Over here it tells you what you can do with it. If it was leveled up, it would show a modifier available to use. I just sharpened it, so it's up to 1207. It has 223 for ammo, so I can use it 223 times. And they level up, and when they level up, they get a modifier. I'll put all those metals back. And I have the different metals for the different types of things. Like this has silver in it. I always use copper for the handles so that I'm getting experience from mining. And then I use the Ender IO experience obelisk to store it all till I need it, because when you go to enchant your armor, it takes a lot. One of the cute things about this is if I go in here and I create a book, like say for mending, it costs me 21. I'll make a mending book, and I go to the anvil and enchant the item. For instance, I have knockback 1. If I put that on a weapon, I can then come down here after it's on the weapon and come in here to the enchanting room, and then when I put that weapon in, can I enchant this? No. No. Ah, dang. But anyways, I can put, like, I can't do Tinker's Tools items. You can only do, like, your iron sword, axes, things like that. Grab one. a case hardened pick. I can put this in here, and if you use the book to create efficiency 1, you can now change it. You can give it other things. You can give it fortune, so it gets more of whatever it's hitting. So that's kind of things like that. Yeah, I generally keep spare items in here in case I need them. Usually like reference books like the Britannia or Lexica Britannia, usually I throw on the bookshelf. Depends on if I'm using it or not. This is my bookshelf of, I created a second one because I threw it into the Elven portal to get the updates for the Elven stuff, and I made an extra one thinking it didn't work right, and so it did. It just updates your Lexica Britannia. It doesn't give you a whole new one. Alright, so that'd be it. And just to cover off that one as well, these are the 4 different types of versions of airship. And you have different configurations of where the balloons and engines are. These are good if you're, like, I build suspended buildings. These are good if you want to place blocks and do things. These are good if you want to actually scout the ground. And word of warning, they hit water, they're gone. Creepers can blow them up, so beware of those things. And that's pretty much it. This is my world. So capturing it for posterity, and if y'all stumble across this and like some of this stuff, BudoCraft is the mod compilation. And that should be it for this video. Thanks and peace out.